Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Danielle. Okay, so today's pick card reading, we're looking at how can you foster deeper, greater friendships. Mainly what came out is just some like guidance and advice for kind of the current situation you might be in with having just left some friendship groups, as well as some guidance on how to find the kind of friendships that you're wanting. He also pulled cards for if your guides could choose who your friends were, what would they be like, which is kind of fun. And then I also just did an energy check so you could see before watching the whole pile if it matched the situation you were finding yourself in. So that being said, if you want to choose a pile, just take a few deep breaths to begin, get centered in yourself, get attuned with that higher self, with that intuition grounded in the body. And then if you open your eyes and ask yourself, do one of these piles have a message for me? You may feel drawn to one of the three items, or you might want to look in the description box below. There will be a timestamp next to each pile. One of the numbers might stand out to you, and that might just even be how you choose your pile. There's no really wrong or right way to do it. So yeah, let's begin. Pile 1 is going to be this seashell. Pile 2 is this quartz with all the points. Pile 3 is this, we'll call it lawn, I want to say longhorn seashell, or like a unicorn shell, with a little antler. Oh, it's not focusing on it. It wants to focus on everyone else. Okay, all right. Maybe hold it closer. Sorry, sometimes cameras can be hard to get to focus. Okay, and this is pile 3's option, this lawn seashell. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. So if you need another minute or so, you might want to pause the video, and otherwise I'll see you in your card readings. Hello, pile 1. So you chose this seashell here. As you can see, we have a cat tail just to our left, and a cat face decenter. I'll just put your seashell over here. Okay, so if you didn't watch the intro, that's totally okay. We're going to be looking at how can you foster deeper friendships. And I want to start with an energy check. And in that energy check, I'm just going to ask how you see yourself so that you can kind of get an idea if you've chosen the right pile. And I also get some clarity on who you are as the viewer. And then after that, we're going to pull some cards for guidance and advice. And then also I'm going to look at what kind of person would your guides like you to see, or sorry, I said that kind of funny. What kind of person would your guides like you to be friends with? So just like qualities that your guides would like your friends to have more of. So I just thought it'd be like an interesting question, right? Because sometimes we have like preferences on types of friends, but maybe like any relationship, it's not always like the best ones for us. So that being said, I'm going to start with how you see yourself. Yeah. Okay. How does pile 1 in Love and Light for their highest good? Oh, sorry. That's a cat. How does pile 1 see themselves? Okay, we have detective, we have a cat, we have bully, and don't worry, some of these have harsh names, but the attributes, we're always looking at the light attributes for them. So we also have mother and mentor. I'm just gonna shift this kitty cat out of the frame, more or less, out of the main of the card reading. Okay, so interesting enough, I actually really want to talk about chakras of all things. So we have some hearts, we have some sacral, we have some third eye, and whenever I see this kind of reddy purple, I always think of learning how to combine our root chakra and our heart chakras. It's interesting. I feel like this is giving me some context that if you chose this pile, you're feeling like you're in a transition time. You might have been drawn to this video because you're trying to make new types of friends, like gain new friendships, Closer friendships, I would imagine. I wouldn't say more playful friendships than you've had before and more supportive. Where I'm getting all this from is like, I just feel like this is saying like, this is what's coming in and is important to you. And the bully card, it keeps speaking to me as like, you're looking for a change of times is what I keep getting, or a change of tides, like saying water expression, which is really interesting. So, yeah. And like I was saying with this, like, I feel like you're even trying to specifically work on more friendships with, sorry, it's just ironic that my two cats are now wrestling with each other. One moment, please. Okay. Sorry about that. They're probably just going to get louder and louder. They are seeming to be getting quite awoken. So apologies. They might make a lot of noise in this pile. Hopefully not, but no guarantees. But that being said, I do feel like you are like wanting to foster and obtain friendships where there's more of this playful energy of like, how would I put that? I don't know. Sorry. I'm like trying to ask for a message, but it keeps coming through strongly, like being so drawn to this mother card that you're like really wanting to put in the effort. So I almost feel like you're like looking for friendships where there's a reciprocity. There we go. A reciprocity in like energy and in effort that's put into the relationship. I kind of like this. Like, I feel like this pile is like ready and excited to, this is happening, I guess, to make friends in a way that like you would almost be like I feel like you're dating for friends. Does that make sense? Like, you're like not just going to settle for anyone. You're wanting something that is more supportive, that is more aligned, more playful, more joyful, that is allowing of you both to be more authentic and to have more trust. I would almost say this is a love reading, but I really feel like this is about friendships. And specifically, I feel like this pile's trying to make deeper female friendships is what I'm getting. It doesn't have to be, but sometimes I just like to share a message if it's coming through pretty strongly. And when I have these two cards over here that we can't quite see right now because my cat, I feel like it's talking about like, realizing that there's been a change within you about the level of, I keep wanting to say the word reciprocity that you're wanting in your friendships. And you've really like done some work to realize like, hey, I'm ready for this. I want this. And I'm ready for some change. I keep getting that changing tides, changing winds. It's very adamant about that. So I almost get the feeling that you're like being blown in a new direction or a different direction for friendships. Like you're almost even being pulled away from some that aren't serving you and pulled into new ones. Oh, look at that. My phone just turned on. Someone sent me a message and it's 3:33 right now. So that's fun. That might be a message for you. I usually don't even look at my phone when doing card readings because I find it too distracting. So, yeah. See, like, look at that. I'm already distracted. So it's so funny. I was going to look for key attributes for you, but I'm getting more, what you're wanting. But what I would get from this is like, you've just done a little work recently, around your value, around why you've perhaps even accepted less in friendships. And I wonder if you even become recently very clear on what exactly you've been like allowing people to get away with in friendships. So, what I would see with this is like maybe almost like one-sided support. So like maybe you're like always there to pick up a friend, like literally or figuratively. So like maybe they need a ride, you're always there. They need help moving, you're always there. Or maybe you're just like always driving them around. I keep thinking about stuff like that, like always helping them out. And then realizing like they could call a taxi. They could hire someone. Like they could do so many things, but you just became like the easy person to ask, but then there's never really any reciprocation. There's that loyalty, that gratefulness, that gratitude doesn't go both ways. And I feel like you're just like, I'm ready to start finding new people, seeing new people. I keep getting that like with the third eye, like knowing what to look for, and what to seek out. So yes. And I feel like you've also gotten to a place where you're able to come from a more heart-centered place and you are valuing that in others and wanting that in others. And I also think overall this pile just realized they wants to, sorry, bad English again, that you are wanting to have friendships where people just smile more and laugh more and have more fun. Like there's no objective. It's just to like enjoy each other's company, to enjoy the activity you're doing. And it's not like who can like say, let's like go for a jog and see who runs the fastest. It's just more like, it's more playful. It's more natural. Like you just decide that you want to meet up, and then you meet up and you decide that you're going to walk to the park. Awesome. You get to the park. There's some interesting things going on there. Maybe there's people juggling. Maybe there's people, playing hacky sack, and then you end up meeting those people. You start hacky sacking with this friend, and it's so random, but you just go with the ebbs and flows. So that's kind of the vibe I'm picking up. So anyways, if that sounds like you right now or your circumstances, this is your pile. Okay, so let's pull some guidance on just how can you like foster these friendships, or I even feel like for this pile, some of you might wonder how you can even find them. So I'm just going to pull some cards, and I guess the cat's staying. I feel like if I move her, she'll just keep coming back. So, okay. How can the pile? Very interesting. Yes, Millie, you're beautiful. We see you. Everyone sees you. You're gorgeous. Okay. I'm getting so sidetracked. Sorry. Okay. What guidance? Oh, and suggestions. Oops, almost dropping all these cards. What guidance and suggestions is there for pile 1 around making friendships? There we go. Okay, release critical voices. All right, I'm just gonna keep pulling, and then I'll show you one card at a time. Okay, there we go. And we want this one too. Okay, nourish your body. Okay, so you got a lot of variety of guidance here, which I kind of like. So already I'm like seeing some is for like your own personal wellness. And some is going to be like suggestions on how to actually be open to these friendships, because I know in your heart you're wanting them, but you know how sometimes we just have like some old tendencies that are hard to break through. So like say if you have a habit of always being support but not letting people support you, there is like a fear element usually that makes us feel just so uncomfortable with that we just don't allow it. So I kind of see some advice in here about how to like work through that. Yeah, okay, so first thing we're going to be starting with is just the guidance coming through for how you can be just in your best state, in your best health, I kind of feel like. And when I say health, I mean like both physically, mentally, emotionally, so that you can be, for lack of better words, emotionally, the most emotionally available you can be in these friendships, so that you can show up how you want to show up for people. And when there's challenging things coming your way, you'll be like feeling so good in your body that it'll be easier for you to work through those challenges versus just having it be another stress that's coming up and having to manage. So nourish your body. If you're tired, rest. If you're in pain, pamper yourself. Rather than pushing through it, treat your body as a precious friend and listen to its needs. Oh, she's eating the plant. Don't eat the plant. Don't eat the plant. I guess she wants to nourish herself. Maybe you need to eat more plants. Yeah, take that as it resonates. Okay, but what I'm seeing here is balancing the yin and yang. So if you've watched my channel before, I'm so sorry. I feel like I almost say this to the point of it being annoying, where I'm like, all right, if you have a hard time being okay with just being and just like having a day where you have like a slow moving morning, or you like don't make any plans for the first 2 hours or something, so that you can just sleep in and not have that like stress of having to be somewhere or having to wake up, then that might be something to think about. I just get like overall just trying to like help with like, I feel like stress or anxiety or pressure around feeling like you should be doing something or you're supposed to be doing something, and just giving yourself permission that some days are made for play and rest, and some days are like those get after it days, and just like listening to yourself, because you know, you might even know like the night before, like you're starting to feel a bit tired. You're starting to feel like your plans for the next day are not going to be honoring the amount of energy you have. And it's just like adapting to that and being okay with it. Surrendering to the ebbs and flow of your own energy and what you have the energy for. Meditate in the spaciousness of air. When you are stuck, picture yourself in an open, airy space with room to move and breathe. Let yourself feel free and empowered. What I find interesting about this is that we have two cards that are talking about breathing or like air or wind. And it's so interesting to me because like I don't usually pay that much attention to air or wind coming through, but wind is like change of perspective, letting the old like brush off of you. So this is talking about maybe like whatever you've been working on. Because like I said, if this pile is for you, you have been taking actions or steps to work on releasing some old habits and such things. And this is just like coming through to be like, hey, like, just keep that up. Keep that up so that every time you're feeling hesitant about something or like uncertain about something or feeling resistance because a fear is coming up, just, I would say like taking a second or a breath, taking in a breath to see if there's anything that's actually scary or is it just new and unknown. Because I think that's what I keep more or less getting for this pile is like, you're doing a lot of new and unknown things and it can just be a little like nerve wracking on the actual nervous system. So your body might just be like, I don't know about this. I don't do that. I've never identified it as someone who does that. And so it's just like, well, that's okay. Do I want to identify someone who does that or as someone who tries that? And if so, then moving forward with it. And if you're like, nope, then your answer is no and being okay. We also have forgive yourself, take baby steps. So I'm like, when I'm going to be struggling from this forgive yourself card, I wonder if you put a lot of, like I keep getting this thing, you keep putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Like I wonder if you like see someone and like, I'm actually getting this, like the visual of like going to a yoga class and then you're just, really, really intimidated, like to like say hello to the other people there. But say you've been seeing like the same couple of people every week you go and you're really wanting to say hi to them or just have a conversation with them. And every time you don't, you're just like, oh, why didn't I do that? Like, oh, why won't I just say hi to them? And then like, oh, I'm so like, I don't know, mad at myself or I'm so disappointed at myself. It's not that hard. And then you're like putting so much pressure on yourself that actually it's harder and harder just to say hello or smile at them or say, see me here a few times. My name is, and then your name. So it's just saying like, forgive yourself because the more pressure you put on yourself, the more like I see like the more of a prison you're kind of putting yourself in because you're just like, I feel like you can really shame yourself sometimes for like what you're feeling fear towards doing. And it's like, it's okay. Like there's always tomorrow and the next day and other yoga classes and it's going to be okay. Just be patient with yourself. There's a lot of, it's like hard to put yourself out there. You know, it is hard to put yourself out there, but the fact that you keep putting it into your priority and bringing it into your awareness, like that's the biggest thing. You prioritizing it and not giving up because it is scary to put yourself out there to make new friends or meet new people. That's amazing. That's what courage is, I think, is even though you're scared, you persevere. So I think that's great. And then funny enough, we have take baby steps, which I think is so perfectly placed right after that card, where it's just like, yeah, it's literally this one step at a time. Like, you made it to the yoga class. Good on you. That's amazing. You're out in public. You're putting yourself in situations where there's potential to meet people. And you know what? You keep going. Eventually, maybe someone will say hi to you and all the pressure won't be on you because you're looking for reciprocal, right? You're looking for ones where people are also like wanting to say hi to you or hang out with you and get to know you. So don't take on all the responsibility and just, you know, just play one step at a time. Go to the yoga class. And then once you're there, maybe smile at someone. Don't even have to say hi. Just make eye contact and smile. Nice. Complete the yoga class. Leave. Maybe hold the door open for someone. Or like, you know, like it's just like take it one go. You're winning. Take all the small wins. And then eventually you'll get to that bigger goal. And all these, like I actually want to use the seed thing. Like all these seeds you're planting are gonna eventually, one of them's eventually gonna take. Not all seeds sprout. But I feel like one for sure is gonna take. And it's gonna grow to a beautiful plant. And it's the right seed, right? I feel like that's very metaphorical for the right friend will find you, you will meet them, and it will grow. Okay. Let's see. This one is also very applicable as we have release your critical voice within, like I was saying. with that other card where I feel like you can be very harsh on yourself and you can just like really like, you can just really start getting hard about what you think you should have been able to do or why you didn't say a certain thing. And I'm even getting with this, like maybe you talk to someone and then you're like, oh, that went so awkwardly. Why did I say that? Or just like things like that. And it's like, it's okay. You're human. You don't know what they like. You don't know who they are. Sometimes you're going to say something and it's going to be received by them differently than you intended. And that's okay. That might just not be your person, or maybe the nervousness just got to you both, and it's okay. Live another day. Live and breathe for another day. It's going to be okay. And I really find it interesting that this card is all about communication. So, yeah, it's just like, and even what I like in this card too is like, it kind of talks about, if you say something that you feel silly about or you regret, you can correct yourself. You know, you can be like, sorry, I didn't actually mean that. Or sorry, that came out so differently. Or sorry, I'm just a little nervous. Like, this is actually what I meant. So it's just saying like nothing is cement. Everything is malleable. Everything's malleable. Nothing is fixed. So if there's something that you say or something that happens that you don't like it can always be changed. And don't you know, like say it in the moment versus beating up on yourself. Just correct it in the moment. There you go. There you go. I think that's what I'm trying to say. We also have center yourself. So this card comes up whenever it's saying like, if you're starting to get really nervous, literally your nervous system's getting activated and you're not thinking clearly. It's like, just take a few deep breaths, regain your center, which just means like get grounded in your body again. Like your ego might be in your head, like, and the ego meaning like all the fears, all the doubts, like all the things that are like, kind of going on in the background about your self-esteem, and just take a few deep breaths so that you can think clearly, see clearly, and be like, all right, I'm going to come from a heart-centered place. This is what I'm intending. This is my intention. And this is what I want to say. Because this talks about like, instead of like worrying about all the fears about what someone might think, what, you know, like it's kind of like, you know, classic fears. Like, what if I say the wrong thing? What if they think I'm weird? What if blah, 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 you know, like blah, whatever the thing is, it's like, instead just come from the heart and then there's no regrets there because the heart is true. The heart is sincere and you'll do good. You'll do good. I feel like there shouldn't be a learning curve because you're just a little nervous and that's okay. Just don't give up. If you have an awkward encounter, just don't give up because I feel like I keep getting like, there's going to be some awkward moments, but you're going to push through and you're going to find the right people. So here it says, let yourself receive support. So this is what I was talking about a little bit in the intro, where I just feel like you've been in a lot of non-reciprocal relationships. And I feel like if you chose this pile, you might have, or might even currently be working through a wound where you believe what you can offer people equates to your value or something like that. Like you need to be of service. You need to offer physical things to therefore be deserving of those people or have them value you. I don't know. I feel like it's tricky with these because sometimes it's like exact wording that matters, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Like I just get that like there's just something that happened at some point in your life where you were like, oh my gosh, like I have to constantly be giving or doing of myself to receive the love that I'm wanting or the support or the connection that I'm wanting. And I want to say clearly, like, this is definitely a limiting belief. And I think you're working through this already. I think if you've gone to a therapist, I think they've pointed this out to you. I think you've had that realization. And I feel like this is just coming up as a reminder, like, yeah, like you don't need to give or prove anything of you to be deserving of anything from anyone. You're already perfectly deserving. You're already valuable. You already deserve love back. You know? Okay, and we have observe, don't absorb. So if you're taking on the stress of others, try observing the situation from a distance. This will increase your energy. This gives me hardcore, like, over responsibility taker vibes. So that really usually does tie in with people who kind of feel like they need to do something to earn or deserve the love that they're getting from somebody. It's kind of like being responsible for other people. So say like, the situation where your friend needs a ride all the time and you're like, oh, well, I need to help them. How are they going to get around? I need to help him or her get to this place. And then it's like, well, actually, it's not your responsibility and they're a grown up and they need to learn how to get places without you. Like they actually do. For their own growth, they need to learn how to do things without your help all the time. And to like solve their own problems, because then they don't get the lesson and the experience of self-development. They never learn it. So it's not that what you're doing isn't loving and kind. It's more so like it's gone to the point where a person is codependent on it almost. Like they're just like, I don't need to figure it out. You'll do it for me. I don't need growth. I'll just call you. And then I also feel like the other negative consequences is that you take on so much stress and emotion that's not even yours, because all of a sudden you're becoming like, I would almost say like the parent that's responsible for the child. But these people I don't think are children. I think they're the same age as you, or maybe even older, or just a tiny bit younger. And yeah, you're not responsible for them. Like they are responsible for themselves, and you worrying about them or stressing about them or trying to like say, get them a job or get them more friends or get them a partner. It's like, that is not your job. That is their job. that is their job, not yours. Not for you to take on. Yeah. Okay. That might be all I tangent about that. So I want to use maybe the animal cards. And I just want to ask, what kind of friend would your guides like pile 1 to have? Like, well, who would they like to see you with? Oh, look at that. Okay. We got a few very quickly. So they've got some ideas for you. Sorry, I just dropped a card. I'm just going to pick it up here. Okay. The card that flew out onto the floor was Visionary Giraffe. So I love this because first off, I love that it's a group of 3. And what I always love about this card is I'm always drawn to like the sad giraffe and these other 2 supportive giraffes. And I just feel like this is saying they would love to see you with multiple friends, with multiple close friends. So like having like more of a tight group. So, I mean, I feel like if this pile's hearing this and you're like, I don't really like having like 20 friends that are like, are all acquaintances and not good friends. I'm not getting that. I'm getting like, say you have like 5 best friends or 4 best friends, so that when something happens, it's not all on just one friend to be able to support you. It's kind of on the community of your very close friends. I also feel like you're going to be friends, like all of you will be friends, like all of you will be very, very good friends. So I'm not really sure. I get like activity. So I don't know if you like all always go to like a coffee shop at a certain day and like you all talk about a certain thing that you're passionate about and then everything else. I just get like, there's like a meetup. That's more of it. Maybe less than activity, it's a meetup, but you go outside of houses and you go somewhere to meet up and it feels very connecting. Might be park walks or something, or learning how to sew together, and it just turns into a beautiful friendship, and it's like a group, like a small, beautiful group. But all these people are like creative. They think differently. They all are wanting what you're wanting. Friends that really are more playful, more joyful, more lighthearted, and who can pick them up. So I feel like this is like truly like finding your community, like people who are like you, like literally like you, and offer the level of commitment and kindness and friendship that you do, and being like, people like you exist. You just need to go seek them out. By following your own heart and your own passions and dreams, you'll find them. You'll find these other amazing people. And look at that, the unicorn. So this is where I keep getting like those people where if you feel like an oddity in society, they're also feeling like oddities in societies. They honor each other. They're like ready to grow with each other. That's what I keep getting strong with the butterflies, like people who are wanting growth and transformation. And so that's why I keep thinking like you're going to meet them through a meetup group or a new activity page or something like that, because these are people who are like, I want to do something different. I don't want to just sit at home and Netflix and chill. I want to like learn something. I want to meet people. I want more. That's also what I get with infinite possibilities, wanting more, people who want more. And then magical. So I just get, once again, people who like, I think who would be considered very empathetic, who are very compassionate. If you're into like more spirituality stuff, you might say like people who are extremely intuitive. I think those are your people. People who get you and just support you and understand that you don't need to fix it. You need someone just to sit there and be with you. And sometimes you want people to give you suggestions and give you some ideas because you're feeling really stuck in a third perspective, and just like kind of moving and going back and forth with as they feel you need it and supporting you. Okay, apologies. My camera battery is just dying there. So I just quickly changed it and then my cat left. Okay, so yeah, higher calling. So ready? Look at this. Lions are all about courage. I also keep getting that vibe of community again. Like they want to see you with more than one good friend. And I just keep getting that is like so different from your usual MO if you chose this pile. Like I feel like usually you just have like one really good friend, and they keep saying like, we want you to have more than one. We really want you to get into that group. And that even I feel like is going to bring more joy, because you know, when you have like multiple people who have great ideas, even if you just have like 2 people in a group of friends, like, so it's like 3 people total, that changes the dynamic so much. But I keep getting like 5. I think this pile's going to have 5 really, really good friends where you like do things together. And yeah, like pride. I keep getting the word like your pride, like your group, your pack. Maybe you all have cats like me. I don't know. Or maybe you're all into like walking your cats or something like that. But it's just saying like finding people yeah, who like you're part of their family is what I'm getting. This also once again talks about courage though, and like knowing that it can be a little nerve-wracking to like go to a place where you don't know anyone, and just knowing that it's going to be worth it. Like I don't know, I'm feeling like a lot of fear intuitively from this pile when I'm saying all this. So I just wonder if you have like some belief around being too shy to talk to anyone at a group event or something like that. I'm not totally sure, but I just keep sensing that fear from you. And I feel like I keep getting this encouragement from your guides being like, you've got this. Your people aren't going to make you feel that nervous. You're going to be feeling surprisingly calm, because you know what? They're like you. Super compassionate, super empathetic. They have a way to calm you down and open you up, because that's exactly what you do to other people. And they're going to be able to do that for you. Definitely. Authentics. Look at that. People who show up just as they are. There's no games. There's no hiding. There's no weird drama. Like, it's open communication. They're just there being them. And that has that playful energy again, where it's like, it just feels magical to you. I feel like I just can see like the image of you looking at these people and being like, wow, they are so incredibly themselves. And it's like, it just brings you joy seeing that. Like, maybe they like have a little bit of an interesting style and they just like gladly wear it. Like, they wear clothes that are just unusual and they're not ashamed or afraid. Like, it's people like that, people who are just showing up as they are, and they're not even thinking that other people who have different opinions matter because they're just opinions and they get to express themselves and they love it. Their friends are into that same kind of stuff. It's like, it's a family unit again. You're looking for a family unit. So then horse, freedom. Once again, I get free-spirited, different mentality. You all look a different way than maybe each other, than others in life, and it's okay. I actually wouldn't be surprised too if like you all are like, we are just the randomest group of friends. Like, it could be the randomest ages, different genders. It could be different identities. Like, say one is like identify as like mainly a mom, or identify as mainly I don't know, an engineer or a trail runner. Like, I just feel like I'm getting the randomest things where they're like, this is my identity, and it's like, they're all different, but you all have the same values. You want to be accepted as you are. You're kind and compassionate, considerate. You're courageously speaking from the heart. You're courageously open, and you all want to grow. You don't want to just stay stagnant in life. You constantly want new things in your life, new experiences, new opportunities to discover different depths of yourselves. Yeah, that's what I think your guides would like you to do or see you be friends with. And if you're like, well, how do I get that? And we come back to the original reading here, where we're just saying, by taking care of yourself, honoring yourself, working through that fear that you have, and knowing that it's just one step at a time, and you're going to get there. You're going to build the courage, build the bravery to talk and speak up and be more yourself while you're doing it all. Okay, I'm just kind of like, is there anything else? Maybe I could just pull one more card. Is there anything else pile one needs to hear right now about all this? Anything else? We have breathe and cosmic wink. I love that. Breathe. It's like, because I was saying, I keep getting that this pile's actually quite stressed about this, and like about putting themselves out there, and I think getting hurt and things just not always working out. And it's like, all right, just close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Now exhale slowly and let go of that stress. Everything's going to be okay. Watch the cosmic wicked saying, like, you can't see it yet, but there's so much synchronicity, so many signs. You might see numbers, animals, certain symbols again and again. Look out for those, because that's going to be like, the universe is going to make you find them on your own. These amazing people, they're going to help you as long as you keep doing the work to stay grounded in yourself, keep moving forward, keep breaking yourself free from past habits of like who you've been drawn to, setting boundaries, saying no to the people that you don't want to be friends with. Like, you're gonna get there. You're so gonna get there. Embrace your emotions, embrace your authenticity, embrace yourself, and know that other people are like you out there and they're looking for you. As hard as you're struggling to find them, they are struggling to find you. So you're gonna meet each other. You're gonna find each other. It's meant to be. Just breathe. Trust and breathe. Trust and breathe. I almost feel like that could be a mantra for this pile. Just trust and breathe. Okay. Anyways, that's all I have for you, pile ones. Hopefully that brought some encouragement or some hopefulness for you, that there's other people who want you and are looking for you just as you are, and just are excited to meet you and have you part of their family, their friend family. So yeah. Okay. My little spiel here. I now have a membership videos on YouTube if you want to join that. I'm promising at least one extended for one of the readings and a members only video a month. It might do more than that, but I'm only promising one of each for the time being, as that's all I can commit to. If you enjoyed this video, you can always leave a like or a comment, as it helps this specific video get more views. And you can also subscribe if you want to help the whole channel grow. So anyways, thank you for being here, and I wish you the best of luck finding your people. You got this. You're so brave. Hello, piles twos. I feel like I say that funny. Hello, pile two. And there might be multiple of you, so twos, I guess. You chose the quartz cluster. I don't know why I feel like I have to show that to you again, but apparently I am. Okay, so if you didn't watch the intro, don't sweat it. I'll explain things really quickly here. We are just going to do an energy check to start, just so you can kind of see if this is your pile. It's so funny, I almost said this is your channel. I don't know. I'm saying some weird words now. Just so you can see if this is your pile, if this is resonating with some things you're going through, how you identify currently, or like how you've been feeling. You come into the world, or you like show yourself to the world, and then we'll pull some guidance cards on how you can foster and nourish some new friendships or some deeper friendships. And yes, then we'll see what your guides want you to. I'm so sorry. Maybe this pile is very tired or something. I just feel so tongue-tied all of a sudden. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but your energy is tongue-tying of tongues. I'm not sure why, but okay. Anyways, the last thing we're going to look at is just like, if your guides could be like, we want to choose your friends for you, we're going to look at what kind of friends they would choose for you. And I just wanted to add that in because sometimes we're drawn to people, but they're not always the best people for us. So I just thought I'd give them an opportunity and a fun way to share who they thought you should bring in. Okay, so anyways, pile twos. Let's see, how do you see yourselves right now? What is going on for you? Just an energy check for pile two. Yeah, I don't quite want that one. It doesn't quite feel right. Okay, and this one. How's pile two feeling? Seeing themselves? Feeling cool. We want one more. Do we want one more? We do. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we have athlete, child nature, hedonist, which I'm like, don't worry if you don't like the name of one of the cards. They actually usually all mean really empowering things. They just sometimes have funny names. Okay, and gossip. So I actually want to start with the gossip card because this one's coming through very strongly, as this is like what situation you're currently in. You're just really tired of unnecessary drama. And I feel like you're just like, it's really starting to get to you that sometimes people just say things, that they don't even know anything about. So like I almost see this person's face here is like yours, where there's like someone who's almost just spreading rumors to cause conflict, or like, I feel like you would just say like, they're just doing it to start poop. we'll say. I'm not sure if I can swear. You're just doing it to start. They're just doing it to start some poop. So I feel like you're just like, this is so unnecessary. The obvious thing to do here is probably just to have the conversations with the people we need to have. Like, what, like this just feels like I just keep getting so unnecessary. So I think you're really feeling that. That might be why you're even watching this video right now, is because you're like, I want better friends, or I want to know how I stop finding friends who just complain about other friends or complain about other people who just have negative things to say about them. But I'm really getting like backstabbing energy from this pile. So like, I think that's what you're dealing with, is people who like go behind your back. You don't quite trust that they're saying like pleasant things about you. I almost would say maybe you anticipate or expect them to be saying bad things about you because they say them about everyone else. Like, you're just like done with it. This is just like exhausted over it and definitely frustrated with it, because it's just like, for this pile, like, it's just so unnecessary. I just don't understand. Just do not get it. So that being said, the energy, how you kind of see yourself right now, I actually feel like you're really getting into, I'm going to say like doing physical activity outside. So I'm like feeling biased to saying like maybe like hiking because that's just like what people do here. But I feel like it's like, it could even be like going for like jogs or walks in parks or on, I want to say on a hill, which is random, but yeah, but I am getting more running energy, like more like a cardio or a physical fitness thing. Maybe it's like you're walking up hills or walking up stairs on a hill. I don't know, but I am feeling like there's like this like deep, profound desire to be in nature more and to like take care of your body in a sense of, I think you're like, I don't know if you're really into like getting 30 minutes of cardio a day. Like, I feel like you're like on some kind of kick like that. You're like a wellness kick where you're like, this is like, makes me feel good. It's good for my body. It's good for my lymphatic system to sweat. I'm like down for this. Like, there's some kind of vibe going there. And there's a lot of excitement with it. Like, so much excitement. Like, you're excited to do this task. It's like, involves you having to push yourself just the right amount, which is why I keep getting like, I do think there is like more of a workout element to it. But then I think the bonus would be is like you're outdoors and you're just like really wanting to be in the sun more. You're really wanting to be in trees more, touching the ground more outside. Like, there's like a mutual benefit to that. The hedonist talks about embracing all the enjoyable things of life. And I even think that's where this like new, like, I feel like you have an awoken energy around like just wanting to carry yourself and you just want like to have the best life that you can. Like, simple. Like, you're like, I want to feel good in my body and I want to enjoy things. And I just feel like this is top priority. Like, you're like, of course, I just want to feel good. And that even makes sense why this energy of these people that you, or I don't know if it's people or person around you, of just like having really bad conflict resolution, gossiping, having drama, is just like really, you're really done with it because you just want to live the good life. You know, you don't need all this extra stress that's really like for no reason. So yeah, it's interesting. So actually, when I see this energy coming through the Father card, I get that you're just in a time where you're wanting to find people who want to get out more. Like, I feel like it's like you want to find some doer friends, like friends who are like, I want to run with you in the park. I want to like make these meals with you that are super healthy. I want to like learn how to do this thing. But yeah, you're just like, you're very much in an action forward time. Like, you are taking action. You want to take physical action. You're like just generally in a more masculine energy right now, which, like I said, this just feels very summery actually. Like, if it's summer when you're watching this, then that also clarifies a lot, because like, it's just like, I want to be outside more. I want to be in the sun more. It's a higher energy season. People are just more in their sacral chakras. People have more fire in their bodies. You're just really embracing that. You are like representing summer. So even if it's not summer, you are kind of living the season of summer. And sorry if it's winter where you are, because that probably makes it trickier for you to adapt to what you're wanting to do. So if this resonates, then you've chosen the right pile for yourself. And we're just going to look at some guidance and yeah, guidance and suggestions on how you can bring in more of this energy. Actually, I want these cards. I might actually want both. Okay, so guidance, woo, guidance for our pile 2s here on how to bring in more nourishing friendships, deeper friendships. Okay. 1 second, I'm going to pick up the card that I threw on the ground by accident. Okay. Oops. Bump that a little bit. Okay, funny enough, card that fell on the ground. Making new friends. That's hilarious. Okay, so that one's coming through strongly for y'all. So I actually wonder if some of you were like, I wonder if I can just have some conversations with some of these friends, see if they can like grow up a little bit, change some of their habits. I even wonder if too, like if you're like, maybe I just need to have a conversation about how I'm not comfortable with them, saying things about other friends. And I feel like this is kind of coming through to say like, you can do that. You can have those conversations with those. But I also feel like the priority is also just making new friends because there's better friends out there. And depending on to ones that cause you stress and frustration is coming just more so from a place of being like, well, I already know them. we've already built a bit of a relationship. Like it's just easier to say. It's almost like time to let them go. And it's so funny. I keep thinking of the flower forget-me-nots that grow here in the mountains. Forget-me-not, which is, I don't know, interesting. They're a very delicate flower and they're very small. And I think that's why they're called forget-me-nots, because they're very small and you could almost forget about them, but they're such a pretty blue that you don't. So I don't know. I keep getting like there might be way better friendships out there for you, and you might be doing yourself a disservice by hanging on too tightly to those who are just not, they just don't have anything to offer you anymore. You're just not in that energy. You're just not in that vibe. You're not enjoying it. So yeah. So, and also look at this, like they're saying guidance, like feeling safe with friends. So this really keeps going back to like, I just feel like there's people where you're like, say you share information, like, about something you're excited about, or like that you're struggling with a situation, and then you like regret sharing it with that friend because then they go and turn around and tell that other person that you're talking poop about them and that you like don't like them, and just like it's just stirring the pot constantly. And I just feel like there's like so many times where you've like said something and like, oh shoot, that might be used against me, or oh shoot, they might tell that person and it might come off wrong. And it's just saying like, those aren't your people. Those aren't your friends. Find somebody else. You deserve better friends than that, than having to walk around being careful and on eggshells, essentially. Like, oh no, I had a moment of weakness. I shared my truth. Like, it's so sad that that happens all the time to us, and you just deserve better, okay? You deserve way better than that. You deserve certainty and safety in your friendships. I also had this dream's coming true. I just feel like this is coming through as like, there are people out there for you. Like there are people who they actually support each other, they build each other up, and they nurture each other. That's coming through strongly. I think you just want nurturing friendships. And I feel like there's like this uncertainty about that existing out there, that being possible for you. But once again, I love that there is multiple people in this card. And I just feel like it's saying like there's a group out there that match your vibe, that match your soul is actually what I'm getting. Like it just keeps seeing like they're holding up their similar souls to each other, and they're just accepted. They're just like, the souls are allowed to be all they need to be there. Like they're not hiding them. They're just right up in the open, shining their light, because the others there just see the light in you and you see the light in them. There's none of this funky energy that's going on. Yeah, it's totally different vibes. One is like, it seems like some of your friends that you currently have or have had are very much in scarcity and sort of like lacking emotional intelligence. Like I almost feel like they don't realize they're just creating chaos and destruction in their lives and stress. And then we have this other group that's like very heart-centered place, has done a lot of awareness work, see how like if they're sharing something, how is it coming from the heart? Is it coming from fear? Is it gossipy? Like what, like where is it coming from? And they've just really done the work to see that some things don't, like sometimes they're looking at the wrong thing, or like just sharing the wrong, I don't know what I'm trying to say up here. Sometimes you're focused on like the other person's actions when you just need to look at yourselves. These people know how to look at themselves. There we go. Thank you. Words. Sexuality, if that's making you nervous, I feel like this is just saying people who are comfortable and not shaming in sexuality. So I would just wonder if this pile has had some woundings with some friends making comments about promiscuity, like if they think you're too promiscuous, or I feel like they're like saying like, oh, if like this person had a relationship with this person, or they had a one-night stand with this person. Like, I just feel like there was a lot of gossip around that. And I feel like you're just wanting people who are like, not going to judge you, you know, they're not going to judge you. You can openly talk about like desires, things of pleasure that you've experienced, and not have people like shaming you for it. And, I feel like that's really valuable, because once again, I feel like this is where the wounding is. And I feel like that's tied with the feeling safe. Like, I wonder if you were essentially like shamed for having maybe spent the night with someone, and then your friend finding out, and then like, telling everyone, and it was received very negatively. So I'm so sorry for that. If that is resonating and that is part of your message, I just feel like, what keeps coming through is there's people who are not going to judge you for that. Like, they're not looking for the negative. They're not looking for the negative. I think that's exactly what it is. It's like your old friends are very judgy. Like, they literally live in judgment and comparison. And the new friends who match your vibe and who you are just happy for you. They see your wins. They're supportive. They're just not in a judgment mentality or comparison mentality. It's so, so different. It's like different realities completely. And it's so interesting. You got a lot of blues here. So family, harmony, and beauty. Very interesting. So I even get here, like, I wonder if the other thing you've kind of gotten shamed for is like caring about what you look like, caring about looking nicer. So I wonder if like you're in an era where you're like, I just want to take care of my body. I want to feel good. I want to like treat myself. I want my self-care to go above and beyond. And I have an impression that this other group of friend of yours, might have once again shamed you for that. Been like, they might have like perceived you as like being, I don't know if shallow is the right word. It doesn't quite feel right, but like, you know, like they're just like, you want to feel good. You want to put a little bit of makeup on, or you want to like do your hair nice, or you maybe spend a certain amount of money on your hair. And like, it just becomes like this thing that they're always like saying like, ooh, well, that's like really, uppity of you or something to always need that. Or that's very like, I don't know. It's just so negative. I'm so sorry. Like, it seems exhausting to have had these friends and like really shaming. Like, I feel like they're so shaming. So I see this as like finding people who value the same things you do. Yeah. And like make your inner child happy. Cause I'm so drawn to like this kid riding the back of this ferry, like just being like your inner child can be safe there. Like what you want to do, to play, to experience in life can be seen there. So if you're just someone who's like really in an era where you're like, I want to feel good, I want to treat myself, I want to explore more myself, it's like you can find people who can accept those different elements of you coming through. And once again, there's no judgment. They're not like putting you down for it, shaming you for it. It feels like there's just other people who shamed you so much for your exterior, and I'm not really sure why. But I guess, you know, I would say maybe insecurity, if anything. I would say insecurity actually, because I just keep getting that energy of feeling like you're competition, feeling intimidated by you. And it's like real friends won't be intimidated by you or trying to make you smaller. They'll be trying to make you bigger and building you up. Yeah. Yeah. Beauty. Yeah. I just feel like you just want to feel good. You just want to feel good in your body. You want to focus on that. And that's totally fine. Nothing to be shameful of that. So that's interesting. There wasn't too much guidance there. Maybe I'll just say, what is guidance on how Pile 2 can get more into this state or energy with friends? Okay. So we have assert your authentic needs in a kind, confident tone. Speak your needs rather than hiding them. Empower yourself by being authentic. So authentic has come up, I feel like, a couple of times. I don't know why. It just feels like a message. And I feel like it's, once again, not having to hide yourself. Just like being able to say like, hey, like, this is my need. This is what I want for my friends. This is what I want my friends to be supportive of me. I want them to like be able to be happy for me, celebrate me when I do these things. And I even feel like there might be some awareness, like if you're wanting to keep these old group of friends in your life, if you assert your needs and are honest about them and they don't accept it or they start making fun of you for it, then unfortunately you might really have your answer there. They just can't meet you. They can't meet your needs. They can't meet you where you're at, and it's sad and it's devastating even sometimes, but you deserve so much better. You literally, like in all relationships, deserve to have people who can meet your level of support, authenticity, and once again, that mindset. I think mindset's so big. Like, I want to live life. I just want to enjoy it. I want to be the best me I can be. And if your friends aren't in that same energy, it's going to be really hard to be around them because I feel like they're so negative. We also have self-soothing. So it says, you have the power to comfort yourself when you are upset. Place your hand gently over your heart. Send yourself unconditional love to ease tension and frustration. So I even feel like this is like connecting with your heart when you're having conversations with people and you're starting to like, they're starting to be quite negative to you, or they're putting you down or knocking you down. It's like just putting your hand on your heart, taking a deep breath and being like, hey, like, is this how I want to be treated? Is this like how I want this? Do I want this friendship in my life? Is it going to keep being this way? How does it feel? Does it feel gross? Then I want better. This is not meeting my needs. Like, I feel like it's just like, self-soothing, but also like reminding yourself, like, do you deserve that quality treatment? Because odds are no. You probably never do, but it's just like checking in and reminding yourself that. Especially when the identify your emotional trigger comes up, because I feel like these people are very good at nailing your, like, when they're saying things to you, they're nailing your wounds. Like they're accidentally, or not even, I don't know if it's accidentally, it might be intentionally, furthering, deepening those wounds that you have. So it says, we absorb the emotions of others that remain unhealed in ourselves. Notice your triggers such as anger and fear and gently begin to heal them. Yeah. And I even feel like that's like a little bit of a shout out to like these people I feel like in your life are like so intimidated by you because you're like taking action around something that they've been stuck on. And unfortunately, it's just coming out as very, what's the right word? Very unsupportive. Almost like I keep getting like, not self-deprecating, but like, that like putting you down. Someone else is putting you down a lot in this friendship and you just deserve better. Like it almost feels like someone's being like very cruel and mean and like a bully to you. Yeah, I don't like it. I think you deserve better, but this card reading is all about what you want to do. So it is, you do what you want. Maybe you just try to make new friends and you still are pretty happy keeping these old ones, but it doesn't seem like they can meet your needs as a card reader. Looking in, you did get a card saying make new friends. I would almost even debate that you have like kind of some toxic friends. So it might be something to explore with like a therapist or counselor. Just kind of getting the root of maybe why you want to be friends with them still, if you do, or how their behavior wasn't okay, or isn't okay, and not supportive and loving, or coming from a supportive and loving place. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards now for if your guides could choose your friends, what would they look like? What would Pisces friends look like if their guides could choose their friends? We have Lion. Okay, I actually love this. So with this Lion card here, for this pile, I am just getting such strong vibes of people who will protect you and have your back. So instead of being the ones attacking you, they're the ones looking out for you. They're like, no, you don't mess with my friend. Like, sorry, what did you just say? No, get out of here. No, my friend's great. That stuff, we're not going to have it here. So they're just saying like, I would choose protective people for you. People who like, don't just stand by and spread further rumors and gossip and hurtful talk. They are actively on your side, protecting you. And I want to say defending your honor, which is weird. It's a weird thing to say. Defending who you are. And that might be a better thing to say. Yeah. Okay. We also have, the other thing too I want to say is like nothing shakes them. Like if someone comes up and says like this person you're friends with is like very blah, 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 this person does not even care. They're like, you're wrong. You're wrong. Sorry. Bye. Very strong vibes. Like they got your back no matter what. Ram perseverance. So, I feel like this is saying like someone who will go through uphill battles with you. Cause like goats are so good at climbing up mountains and hills. They're so good. And I just keep thinking that like people who like when the waters get rough, don't run away or leave you hanging. They don't just go, oh, sorry. I'm going to go this way. It works for me and I'll leave you behind. They're like, no, I've got your back. There's so much about getting your back. So I just feel like this pile has not had loyal friends, have not had friends who honestly have earned the loyalty and the kindness and the compassion and the love that you offer them. You deserve people who have your back and support you. And there's definitely something about gossip having hurt this pile. And like, this is like, there's people who have your back no matter what. And I almost feel very protective again. Like, I feel like they keep saying they're friends that would build a wall for you. Like a wall of emotional protection where if they hear someone saying bad things, instead of telling you people are saying bad things, they just literally tell that person where to go. And then just say like nothing to you about it because they know that there's no reason to be spreading that. They're just like, you're amazing. And I'm sorry there's people going around saying things like that, but they never tell you because they're just awesome. They just care about you. Everything they do, their intention is not to get praised for it. They just care about you. Ladybug, good luck. It's so funny, letting go of worrying, being happy here and now. Yeah, I feel like it's just exactly that. People who are like well-grounded, who are looking for the beauty in life, who are colorful like you are, who want to see the good, who want to experience the joy, who want to see the blessings of the world, the good of the world. And knowing that there is like some unfortunate things, but why focus on that? You know, you can't do anything about all those bad things sometimes. And so let's just look at the good. Let's just like, what could be good right now? And it feels very like encouraging and motivating because I feel like you're just like in this energy of sort of a low and like people who are just so excited to bring you up. Okay. We also have Grizzly Bear Power. I almost said Protector, but I do see them as like the ultimate protector card. Like a lot of bears are seen as the ultimate nurturing alpha mother. So they can be extremely protective when need to be, but they're also very great at being patient and holding space and hearing you out and supporting you and helping you get your needs met, teaching you how to get your own needs met. So I just feel like you're saying like people who have your back, people who have your back, people who protect you. That's who your guides want you to be with. They don't want you to be with friends who do not protect you, who do not keep you safe, and who throw you to the lions by metaphor. Yeah. They're very passionate about that. It's really interesting. Okay. So this is all I have for you, Pile 2s. I hope that brought some clarity or maybe some hope for you or something. And if you enjoyed this reading, it always helps to leave a like or a comment because it helps this specific video get more views. You can subscribe to the channel to help the whole channel. And then if you like my readings, I am offering a membership now. And there is going to be an extended reading on one video a month, and then there will also be one members only video a month. So if that interests you, that is also available. And otherwise, I just wish you the best of luck in finding new people who actually deserve you and get you and respect you and pick you up and help you get around. I don't know why I'm saying that, but yeah. Okay, have a good one. Wishing you the best of luck. Hello, Pile 3. So you chose the seashell that's kind of like long. And if it has a specific name, sorry, don't know it, but the wand-looking seashell. And I'll put it over here. Okay, so if you didn't watch the intro, don't worry, it's perfectly all right. I'll quickly explain it. We're doing an energy check to start, just so you can know if this pile is for you or like if it has any value for you and you don't have to watch the whole thing. And then I am going to pull some cards just for guidance around how to bring in these friendships or the type of friendships that might be coming your way. And then I wanted to give kind of a neat opportunity, a bit of a different opportunity, I guess, so that if your guides could choose who they wanted you to be friends with, what kind of attributes they would have. And I just thought that would be fun because sometimes we don't choose the healthiest friendships for ourselves, and it's just interesting to see what they would want for us. So that being said, let's start with like just an energy check. How are you perceiving yourself right now, pile threes? What kind of vibe are you in? What's going on, pile three? Just for a quick energy check. Okay. It's kind of some similar themes for each pile, but also quite different. The overall similarity is just like, and it makes sense if you chose this pile, like you're looking for better friendships, most likely because you haven't felt like you've had some great friendships or you're not currently having great friendships. And this pile feels very on track with it, where I'm just seeing like the exorcist is just coming through so strongly as like trying to find, or sorry, not find, but get rid of, oh my gosh, there's sand inside this shell that I've never accidentally knocked out until right now, I guess. Very sandy. Oops. That's wild. Well, how many years has there been sand in there and I never knew? Maybe that's symbolic. How long have you had old dusty relationships and not known it? Just kidding. Actually though, I do wonder if this pile is like, has a habit of like carrying other people's stuff. And then you're just realizing how heavy you've been because you've been carrying the weight of literally all your friends. Hang on, let me just, there we go. Just dump that in there. Don't mind me. Yeah. So like, actually that makes so much sense. Thank you for the message, Shell, about needing to release, maybe even getting like an energy clearing quite literally, like maybe you just got one or you've been thinking about it. So it even makes sense because it talks about the heart chakra. So like just needing to, like, I feel like unattach or cord cut with people who have, I think this pile would vibe with like vampire-like relationships. So like friendships where you just realize that maybe there was some sort of narcissistic personality spectrum things. Doesn't mean they had to be a full-on narcissist, but maybe there's just like some personality traits that were like coming through for them. Maybe you do see them as someone who was just straight up narcissistic. But I would get that kind of vibe, like just people who, for lack of better words, were kind of just feeding off your energy and leaving you like just, I was going to say dehydrated. I'm leaving you tired and depleted, but maybe dehydrated is how you're feeling and you should drink some water. And also on a side note, if you drink water, it's a great way to move energy. Okay, so maybe you did just go get Reiki or something and you're forgetting that you need to drink water after to not get a hangover, an energy hangover. So maybe go get some water. There's some very specific messages coming through this pile. Awesome. Okay. Anyways, the trickster card, it's interesting. So already I'm kind of getting like kind of how you've been feeling. So I feel like you've been feeling like there was a lot of relationships that you were not seeing things clearly in. Like trickster, I'm kind of just getting the classic vibe of like, it felt like they pulled one over your eyes. Like there's like that expression in English where it's like you were tricked, you were like fooled, you did not see all the things that were going on, but now you have clarity around it. And I just kind of feel like overall this pile might be a little like, I don't know if disgusted is the right word, but like just like maybe even, I don't know. I think disgusted maybe. I wonder if you're even having a hard time putting your finger on it, because I wonder if you're kind of grieving like who you thought these people were. Like you might just be in a confusion vortex. That might be a better way. But I do feel like it's saying like you have felt a bit abandoned. Like you have felt like destabilized by this relationship or relationships, and you're kind of just like, I don't know where to go from here, but I know I need to move on to something different. But you're just feeling very isolated. So it could even be that like you had to leave a whole friend group behind because of this person or multiple people, and it kind of just feels like you're going out into the world at trying to find something better. But I do feel like there's confusion. But yeah, and then just trying to, like the Exorcist card, I just keep getting like, trying to clear the slate, trying to clear out that energy. And it's so funny. I feel like you're pretty tired, because I'm suddenly getting very tired just tuning into this card. So this might be like a message for you to say, if you haven't got an energy clearing, go get an energy clearing. It's worth it. You're going to feel so much better. You're going to literally feel like a load or a human body weight has been lifted from you. I think it's quite a good confirmation if you're thinking about it. Monk done, selfless devotion and single-minded occasion. Okay, yeah. So I wonder if this pile is starting to realize that they need to just focus on themselves and put themselves first. And that, I don't know. I wonder if this pile's kind of like really just been like, whoa, I have not been taking care of my needs. I have not been focusing on myself. I've even like maybe lost myself a bit because I was so entangled with this person, this friendship or whatever this was, and so distracted by it that I didn't even realize how far away it came from myself. Like, yeah, it feels like time of solitude for reconnection. Yeah, with self. Remembering who you are. And then the scribe card, I'm getting so hardcore vibes of like release journaling, release reflection work. Like, so like you're just like really putting together all these things that were not okay. Like the way they treated you, how you felt at a moment. I feel like this could even help you like with that confusion, because they're saying like you'll get clarity through journaling because you can tie things together. And as you're like just writing things out, you're going to start seeing patterns and like, oh my gosh, that's why this makes sense here. And like, I'm getting such a strong vibe that it's really going to help with confusion, really going to help with uncertainty and things that just did not make sense. Okay. So this is kind of a weird way to have done an energy check because it was supposed to be about you, but this definitely feels like very much a situation that you're coming out of or recently got out of and you're still processing. Sorry, I'm just like, now there's like sand on all these cards. They need a clearing ASAP. Okay. We're going to put those over here. And now I'm just going to open the floor to some guidance for you on how to foster better friendships in future. And guidance right now. Okay, sorry. Foster friendships, foster friendships, foster friendships, and advice. Cool. So let's start with advice. So this is kind of feel like just for your own general health right now about going through all this. So we have make peace with uncertainty. So I even have this as like just understanding that you're not going to totally understand this person's intention. You're not ever maybe going to get the clarity that you would like and the answers that you would like. Because I just feel like this is the kind of person who has no accountability and takes no responsibility about what they've done. And I feel like it's like you might literally have felt like you've been standing on your head too long. Like you're like, it's like might be giving you a migraine right now, trying to figure out why this person did what they did. And such. And I feel like so much confusion. And it's like, it's okay if you never know. You just know that they're not good for you. And then go through the things you do know. Just start with the list of like, what do I know? Your name, how you're feeling, what you would like for yourself, what you want for your future, maybe what you're going to eat today. Just start with the things you know and focus on that. And know that it's okay if you never understand this person's intentions because you just don't have what they got. You can't understand what you don't have. That's my motto with those kinds of things. And practice patience. So this one says, press the pause button, take a day off from being frustrated with yourself or others. Patience reaps great rewards. I feel like this comes back to like, just make sure you're taking breaks, not just thinking about this all the time. Like get out of the house, get going to a park or something, like get around other people, whether that's meetups, coworkers, like anybody right now, because you just need to get out of your own head because I seriously feel like this pile's giving themselves headaches, from thinking so much, trying to like use all your brain power to understand and process how a person had done what they had done to you, or it could be the way they've been to you, or say the things or lie about the stuff. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. You just gotta go out there and get a break and just like be at peace with the fact that there isn't a complete solution to it yet. And I know it's easier said than done, which is why I feel like you need to reach out and get out. Get out of the house, get with other people who kind of distract you. So it says opinions are the lowest form of knowledge. And this one comes through very strongly. Like if someone has said like you're such a horrible person or you're a horrible friend or you just blank, like I feel this person is probably being like a little mouthy with you, is probably saying some not so great things about you. And it's like, you know what though? You know your truth. And I know it's really hard sometimes, but like that person, I mean, you eventually saw who they were. Other people are going to see who they are. And you just keep being you and trust that you know who you are. You know who you are. I feel like I have to say it again. You know who you are, pile 3. This other person does not. They do not know you. They cannot see you clearly because they can only see their own desires and wants. And the only thing they're seeing is that you cut them off and that they didn't like it. So they are just lashing out like a child having a tantrum, and everything they're saying just feels like poisonous, toxic grossness that no one wants to hear. Imagine no one is even taking seriously. But when it's being said about us, sometimes it can be really hard to trust that people are not believing what people are saying. But I just feel like their vibe is so gross that people are like, yeah, sure, sure, whatever. And they're just trying to get out of the situation themselves. They're probably not even wanting to listen to this person talking badly of you. They're just like wanting to get out. So anyways, whew, that's heavy. So take baby steps. So this is just like, just going about things one day at a time. That's how you're going to get better. And I even feel like this is talking about like, maybe even listening to some podcasts or, you know, like things like that, reading up on some stuff about like, what does healthy relationships look like? What does emotional availability look like? What is accountability? What about mutual accountability in relationships? And it's like, you might think you know, but maybe just freshen up on it. It might help remind you of like what is a fair standard. And it might even help you feel more at peace with the fact that this person did not deserve you and they were not treating you okay. And anything that they ultimately did or had to say about you, I mean, doesn't matter when they're just not a great person for you in any way and did not treat you in a good way at all. Yeah. And then like kind of like seeking out friendships where you're starting to see qualities like that. And that'll almost be like how you just like green flag. Yes, this person is showing me another green flag. All right, maybe I'll pursue more of a friendship with them. They're still showing me green flags. Awesome. So just one step at a time. Reclaim your power. And this I really get strongly is like, remember that you are in control. If you find someone like this past friend in the future, you can just say no to them way before you go into it, as long as this person did. Like if they're asking unfair things of you, you can say no. If they're trying to guilt you into doing something, you can say no. And that is your right. Remember that you're empowered and you can say no to people, that you can turn them down, and you do not have to over-explain yourself. No is a complete sentence, as people say. You say, no, doesn't work for me. But sorry about that. You know, you don't even have to say sorry, but I feel like this pile wants like a softer way to say it. So it's just no. Because if you give people a reason to why it doesn't work, they'll find a solution for you to make it work. So if you say, no, I have like this to do or that to do, they'll find a solution for those things. And then it's just going to take you back to that part where you just have to say no. I don't want to. It might even be more awkward. Because then you have to be like, no, actually it's like those things, but I also just don't want to go. I just don't want to do that. Yeah. So you don't have to explain yourself. You can just say no. No, thank you. It says, be a comfort to yourself. Comfort is an inside job. Speak to yourself in a loving way. Do something that nourishes you. Know in the moment all is well. So I feel like this is talking about like, once again, kind of that finding your own power again. Knowing your own value and worthiness and giving it to yourself first. So if you've heard of like, I don't know if it would be a podcast or something where people say like, if you're always saying really negative things about yourself out loud to your friends, if you have unhealthy friends, they'll start regurgitating those like mean things you say about yourself to you. And it's almost like if you're saying and things that like I'm so dumb or like I'm always this, I'm always that, and then your friends start repeating it, it's almost like they're just regurgitating what they're hearing you say. And then, yeah, and it's just like, first step is to only speak about yourself in a way that you want others to speak to you, and that you just, yeah, working on some self-love. I'm like, I hope this makes sense. Okay. I'm also so sorry. I feel like this pile is so exhausted because I feel like even reading your energy is like so hard for me to kind of like read around exhaustion. And like breathing is hard. So I just really feel like you need to take care of yourself, pile threes. You need to get the rest you need. You need to prioritize your well-being, whether that's nutrition, sleep, energy clearing, emotional healing. I really feel like this pile could benefit from a counselor or something of that sort of nature, just helping you go over things, release things, like just getting that clarity quicker with some support. Yeah. Okay. Observe, don't absorb. If you are taking on the stress of others, try observing the situation from a distance. This will increase your energy. So this is basically saying you're taking on other people's stuff. So like I was saying with like that clearing card, like I feel like you literally, can take responsibility for like the hardships people are going in or for the guilt they're feeling. And you like, let it become your guilt. Like you worry, you feel guilty that you're not helping them, with their thing. Does that make sense? Like mimicking that emotion for the other person. And it's saying like, when you do that, just catch yourself. The more you catch yourself slowly over time, the sooner you'll be set free of it or from it. And I just really, really believe that. I feel like this is going to be like habit awareness. So and once again, forgive yourself. So there's so much about needing to learn to be kinder to yourself, gentler to yourself. And sometimes that's like a frustrating message. This is also why I'm kind of getting like the counselor vibe, listening to a lot of self-help podcast vibes, because you're trying to reprogram, your subconscious essentially. Like your mind has operated for a while now thinking like, oh, this is my fault. I need to take this. This like, I'm so silly if I haven't done this. I should feel bad that I haven't done that. And it's like, working with someone and then having like a podcast that like teaches you healthy ways of thinking, why you might be thinking that way, explaining why you are, but then coming full circle for tools and stuff could just be like that routine, that regularity, that repetition that you're needing to change this mindset and this habit, because this just feels like it was sort of conditioned into you. Like I imagine one of your parents either had this kind of behavior or had the same sort of behavior as this friend had, and it's just like a learned behavior. And I feel like it's so rooted in guilt and shame and like shaming yourself for not basically fixing the problems of the world, which is an impossible task. You know, impossible. Yeah. I just want to pull one more card for like just to summarize that, anything that your guys would like you to do or know. Practice self-compassion. Yeah. So they're really saying like the way free from all this is like giving yourself patience, compassion, allowing mistakes, and like figuring out how to release that over responsibility for things. But once again, I really feel like listening to a lot of self-help podcasts around that, and working with a counselor or a therapist of some sort, or somatic body worker or something to get to the root of this. So yes, we say, so sorry, here it says, see yourself with loving kindness. Acknowledge your growth as an empath and honor the person you have become. Working on the solar plexus chakra. That might be a chakra that comes up a lot for this pile. Solar plexus right now, because it's all about reprogramming and the subconscious. Okay, so we're going to ask if your guides could choose your friends for you. What would they be like? Okay, we have cougar, cat, definitely a cat vibe, visionary, action, okay, and patience. And they want one more, happiness. Yeah, okay, these are great. Basically what I'm getting is people who don't need you. Like literally people who don't need you, who aren't relying on you to get their needs met, who aren't kind of like helpless is kind of what I'm getting. So this would be people who are like the opposite of being in victim mentality. People who are like very empowered, who are like, oh, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to do that, and I see a way out of this. I see a solution for myself. I'm going to figure out a solution for myself. And like action. Like I feel like it's just like basically people who are empowered and believe in themselves, People who are also very patient with you, who are balanced is what I keep getting here, where it says like finding balance. And who are confident in themselves. They're confident, and know what, the confidence makes sense because I was even thinking that. I was like, independence and assertive, like all these things feel like leaders. I think you would do good around leaders. And I almost wonder if that's because they're saying like you could use some role models about healthy relationships, like someone who is a great friend who can teach you by role modeling to you what a healthy, emotionally healthy friendship and relationship and self-care practice looks like. So this person or these people, these friends they would love you to see you with are like happy, are centered in themselves, are trusting of themselves. They are courageous. They get after the things they want to get after. They don't make excuses. They're patient with those who don't understand or who aren't at the same stage as they are, and they can, like, they see potential in all. That's what I keep getting with visionary. They see the potential in all. Yeah, it's very lovely. Oh, my cat just sneezed in the background there. He's releasing, kind of like you are, maybe. Yeah. It's so funny. I kind of feel like that's all I really want to say about this. But I think it's also because I'm just feeling so tired in this energy. I need to wrap this up really quick here. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, looking for people who have already made it through what you're making it through now. Because sometimes we just need to see a type of relationship to know it exists. And then that just helps us. Like, that like takes us out of that belief system that like that friend that you just left a friendship with is the only kind of person out there, because there's great people, and like your guides are like, we would love you to meet one of these great people who know their self-worth. Look at this, self-worth, stand tall in their self-worth. So who are happiness, who are masters of playful living, who are assertive and find their power when they want something, who know how to take care of themselves, and yeah, they're just balanced and confident. Yeah, it's just, you know, just like that. Okay. I feel like some of you are like, how do I find this person? Through working on your own self-value. And like, I just feel like that boundaries, like making a list of like what green flags look like in friendships. And then as you meet people, if you start to see some of them not making those green flags, like some of them are kind of getting red flags, then maybe just being like, all right, not this person, next person. And you're just going to find them eventually. For sure, the universe will send you what you're ready for and what you're looking for. So very excited for you, pile 3s. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you. If you enjoyed this reading, it's so great if you leave a like or a comment on this video, as it helps this video specifically get more views. You can subscribe. That will help support the whole channel. And I do now have a members only YouTube option, so there is going to be some extendeds on there and membership only videos once a month. If you're interested in that, you can always sign up, and if not, I hope you have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll catch you around.